A curtain of darkness falls upon us this day, but we show great British resolve and never give up. Ships of all shapes and sizes, manned by the brave men of Britain, ferry our great servicemen to the safety of the British shores, escaping the might of the German war machine. They turned a major military disaster into a miracle of deliverance. Here, look at our brave men calmly leaving the shores of Dunkirk with their heads held high. In the words of our great Prime Minister Winston Churchill, this was achieved by valour, perseverance, perfect discipline, by skill and incomparable vitality. All the might of the German armies could not stop us. We beat them back and got away. The men of the BEF are once again stepping onto British soil. Let us show our appreciation for the French soldiers, who for the time being are calling the British Isles their home. They fought with us, side by side, arm in arm, to defeat Hitler's iron fist. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender.
How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video. Now today we are kind of doing abandoned, sort of doing history, because we're at a place that I actually visited quite a while back. You might remember I went to the Mirror Bunker, but when we were there, actually, because it was night time, we didn't realise that just down the road is a hell of a lot of embankments, defensive embankments from World War II on the Dunkirk beach. So big, in fact, that I wanted to come back and film it and do a full history on it as well. Also, a few things have changed in terms of the Mirror Bunker is no longer a Mirror Bunker, all the mirrors are gone, so I will turn this around and show you guys that in a second. But yeah, so we're going to look around this and see what we can see. It is huge. It is obviously very old and very wrecked and open to the public, so it's not going to be much left, but I thought I'd integrate the history into this, so hopefully you enjoy. Let's go. Right, so like I said, we are here on Dunkirk Beach, but I'm going to have to be very careful about which way I point the camera while I'm talking, because you'll probably notice if I turn it this way around, you won't hear a thing because of all the wind. So it's very, very windy. So this is the old Mirror Bunker, just here. This we came explored in, I think it was 2018. I'll show a short clip now. Again, like I said, to Dunkirk, it's dark now, but let's see what we can see down there.
And we're not actually going to Dunkirk, we're already in Dunkirk.
Yeah, we're in the beach, we're in Dunkirk Beach. Right guys, so we are now at Dunkirk Beach, and as you might be able to tell, I'm actually inside of a structure which used to be an old pillbox, which was on the beach. Got hinges here where I guess they would have had a door again, up there and down there, and on the other side as well. But again, they've coated it in this mirror stuff, which looks really strange. And there are some very sharp bits as well. I can imagine this being a public, because it is a public beach, you can walk down this. But there's so many sharp bits. I don't want to touch too many because I don't want to actually cut my hand. Back then, it was covered by an artist in mirror stuff, literally shards of mirrors. It's completely gone now, and actually looks like it's been closed up, because I'm sure we used to be able to get in this side, but it looks completely closed now. So it actually looks a bit more like it's supposed to, which is actually a World War II defensive bunker. Let's go and find out, because I know he's around here somewhere. It's probably a bit more sheltered down here as well. Find a way in? No, you used to be able to get in. Is it completely full?
door, but you couldn't even push it out because there's so much sand in the way.
Yeah, see, there used to be a door around the other side, and that used to be completely open. There wasn't a pile of sand up in either. Yep, still open here. Oh no, they've blocked it off. So this used to be completely open, but they've now actually blocked it off inside, so you can't go in. But regardless, we're actually here to see that today. I just wanted to check on the mirror bunker. It's the first thing you come to, and there's loads and loads of defensive bits, like a whole kind of, almost like Wood City, like a little warren of tunnels you can go and look around. So let's go and check those out. Hopefully we'll get out of this wind, because I'm getting loads of sand in my face, and you probably can't hear me properly. So yeah, tasty. So we were just talking about, it's hard to imagine back in World War II, troops literally running across this. If you guys have ever seen Saving Private Ryan, you know what I'm talking about. It's that kind of imagery, literally coming from the sea over there, running all the way up to the embankment up here, which would have been, you know, defended by well-organised, dug-in German soldiers. So let me start by saying a common misconception of the defences at Dunkirk is that they were part of the D-Day landings, and in this I include myself. During this video you will hear us both referring to troops coming from landing crafts to attack the defences, which definitely happened in Normandy, and indeed the Germans were eventually beaten and pushed out of these defences, but not in the way that I imagined. The build we're going to explore today is called the Batterie de Judkut, which is probably pronounced completely wrong, apologise for that. It was built around the late 1800s, which is about the same time as the nearby Fort de Dunes, which was built to protect the port of Dunkirk against attacks from the east. Incidentally, the port of Dunkirk is actually the location for the well-known Dunkirk evacuation, which I'm sure many of you will be aware of due to the release of the hugely successful Dunkirk movie in 2017 that portrayed the events. But after the events of the Dunkirk evacuation, when this area was taken over by the Germans, and they extended the existing defences with new, tough-to-penetrate concrete bunkers, the likes of which we will see in today's Explore. They also littered the beach with mines and equipped the bunkers with 1 or 2 guns, plus anti-aircraft defences in an attempt to dissuade the Allies from trying to retake the ground by land or sea. So at the beginning of the beach it does say, no climbing on stuff, and you're responsible for your own children. I guess I'm responsible for you, Ant. Don't hurt yourself. So just come around the corner because it's a little bit more shaded and you should be able to hear me properly. But there's quite a lot of this to look at as well. Like there's a lot on the beach, which most people would have seen, but also a bit inland. There's more of like a city type thing with sort of tunnels, which I want to go and look at. So we're going to do that. We are losing the light. I was hoping to get the drone up again, so we may have to come back and do drone shots tomorrow. But let's go and do what we can. I tell you what's crazy, as far as I'm aware, these giant bunker things weren't on the beach. They were up here. And as you can see, a lot of them have slid down over the years. I mean, look at this one. There's like, that's not even like in the right orientation because there's like an entranceway by the looks of it just on the edge there, which has been tipped up. And there's still part of it up the top there, left as well. This place is actually quite huge. It's one of those things you sort of see and you think, oh, that's cool. But when you start walking around, you're like, oh, there's actually loads to see. Right, so we're a little out of breath. We are now off the beach and we've gone to the main sort of tunnels area. So this would have been like the back area for all of these embankments. So people who were doing supply runs for like ammunition, grenades, etc. There's quite a lot to see. I don't know if you can see just down there. There is like a building and stuff. Oh, looks like quite a drop down here. I thought it was maybe a nice easy walk down, but actually looking like a bit of a drop. Yep. So check out, this is like the behind the scenes bit. I don't know what any of this is. I might do some research and see if I can find out, but we've got a building there. There's like the rear defences over here as well, and you can see that because there's a big wall going across. And I'm probably gone the whole way along, I'm guessing, because it looks like the wall continues on top of that building there as well. and yeah, over there. So this probably would have been an entire enclosed area which would have had ammunition, the German soldiers, and they would have been defending obviously the beach, but also the backs and the fronts and stuff, so the Allied troops couldn't get to it. Very cool. And there's loads of bits. There's some, I don't know if you can see this on this wide lens, but just over there there's another bit just in the trees, and so I can see it poking out. It's massive, absolutely huge.
The Dunkirk evacuation, which is probably what the area is most well known for, was a massive evacuation of Allied troops when they were cornered by Germans in May 1940. In May 1940, the Germans invaded Netherlands, Belgium and France, and began aggressively capturing land. British, French and Belgian forces attempted to reinforce the borders to try and halt the German advance, but they failed, and as a result ended up backed into the port of Dunkirk, surrounded on all sides. For some reason, Hitler issued a halt command to his troops at this point, which gave the Allies a chance to regroup and reinforce their defences. No one is quite sure why the halt command was issued, but the two running theories are that Hitler wished to give the Allies a sporting chance, which, far-fetched as it sounds, could have been a legitimate reason. There are many records of Hitler's admiration for the British. It was said that he admired the British Empire and how far it stretched across the world. Another theory is that due to the bad weather at the time, they could not have advanced and used their Luftwaffe. This most likely would have meant they would have had much higher casualties than if they had the support of the Luftwaffe. What is known is that the Germans dropped leaflets into the Allied camp, trying to persuade the Allies to give up. They even had maps on the leaflets showing the Allies that they were completely surrounded, in an attempt to encourage them to put down their weapons.
Okay, so I am down now. I did come down this bit, but it's still quite a bit of a drop. It's more this bit here, because right here, you sort of come down, but right on the edge, that's the edge of this building. And yeah, if you fall the wrong side of it, you end up falling from there down to the floor. So I didn't fancy doing that. But yeah, check this out. It's quite a bit. So I'm no historian, but I am going to look this up and I'm going to check. But I'm going to make a guess and say that I think this was like the ammunition stores. And the reason I say that is because of the fact that it's probably the most solid piece of brickwork here. And also the fact that it is covered by a big old thick bit. So you're thinking like enemy aircraft trying to bomb this, they'd have to hit it dead on to get it to go poof. So that's my thinking. I could be wrong, but it seems to be sort of in the right sort of place. It's in the middle of the camp, it's not at the edge, so you can like stick dynamite on the edge of the building. And yeah, just seems like the right sort of thing. Oh wow, okay, now that's a shame. So I was just looking down here and I reckon that's a load of tunnels and it looks like they've blocked it off. That would be a cool explore, but there is a tiny door. Depending on how far it goes, could be interesting. Oh, does that go really far? Oh my god, I think it does. Hang on. Not that far actually. I don't think so anyway. So at this point there was actually another person exploring this place. I think he was a German national, but he was looking around in all the little tunnels and stuff, so he actually got into this. I don't think I got it on camera, and did say that it literally goes to the end of the hallway and that's it. So yeah, I was seeing this thinking, oh great, that might be a little cool explore if it goes on a little bit, but yeah, no, it doesn't go anywhere unfortunately. So like I was saying at the top, there's actually another bit just over here. You can see it a bit better from here, but there's another couple of buildings, and we've just seen there's another bunker as well further down that way, so we'll check that in a second. These aren't too bad, these ones.
That looks like a door entrance.
It probably is, but I bet you that's welded as well. Although it looks like there's two actually, one's not got a door in it.
I can't weld a door if there's no door.
That is true.
Yeah. So that will go actually into the bunker by the looks of it. They
Yeah,
put that there and welded it.
Spoil spots.
Another ammo storage.
Well, I don't know, because this one's outside the boundary wall. So this, yeah, because the boundary wall was that bit there.
Oh yeah, true.
So if this was ammo, that probably would have been blown up straight away. Oh god, it's really, really dark.
Doors would have been.
What do you reckon this is?
Unless it was just storage, just general storage.
Oh.
I'm not sure about that.
That almost looks like a toilet, doesn't it? Not sure what that is, but it just looks like a toilet.
I mean, that's round as well.
Yeah, that
Up the king of the castle,
that may have been a well at some point.
Could have been.
Yeah, maybe they've just filled it in, but it was a well. Well, to be fair, it's part of the history. It is part of the history. This will be a history video. There's actually loads of old barbed wire here.
Barbed wire,
I didn't even see that.
Do you reckon that's original?
Do you know what? It could be. Who knows? All this time gave the British back at home a chance to put together a rescue mission. This was named Operation Dynamo. The British plans to evacuate as many troops as they could back to mainland Britain via the sea. But this was a very rushed plan that they'd put together in a few days. The rescue fleet that was hurriedly put together comprised of 860 boats, private boats that sailed from Ramsgate in England to the port of Dunkirk. This fleet was dubbed the Little Ships of Dunkirk, due to it being comprised of mainly fishing boats and other small vessels. And surprisingly, the plan was a success, with more than 336,000 British, French and Allied soldiers being evacuated from the Dunkirk beaches. An amazing feat by any stretch of the imagination. Right guys, so that is it for this adventure. We were going to go and check out the boat, but unfortunately the tide is coming in and I think it's pretty much underwater now, so won't get to see that today unfortunately. Maybe we'll come back again at some point, but thank you so much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like and a comment down below. Go check out Anne's channel, it'll be linked in the description, and I'll see you guys again next time. See ya!
Wrapping a rag around my face, I pull my hoodie on. This ain't no time for rookies young. Got my octo camera on. So the wing can't be worried about no 5 special.